The winter update is finally out for Football Manager, and I'm going to take you through a few clubs that could be pretty interesting with a new save. So let's go. Hi, my name is John, and I'm going to take you through a few clubs that could be pretty interesting to play as with the new winter update in Football Manager. Remember to smash the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Football Manager content. And the first club today is Liverpool. So not too many transfers to write home about really with Liverpool, but they have shored up the defense with Ben Davies coming in and Ozan Kabak coming in. Also, Ben Woodburn coming in this transfer window as well. Can you take Liverpool to the promised land, back to the top of the Premier League with this squad? They seem like they're strengthened. You just got to get them in good form. You've got Van Dijk, Matip, Gomez all available to you at the beginning of this save. But you've also got Ben Davies, and Kabak is actually in the reserves right now in the under-23 squad here. And he seems like his potential, looking at it right away, isn't the greatest. Maybe this will change for you if you decide to play as Liverpool. You can see right here, he's only about a 2.5 star, maybe a 3.5 star player, according to the coaches in this particular save. So he might develop. I'm not really sure, but you can see, you can try him, see how he develops with the coaching and everything at Liverpool. So it could be pretty interesting to try to bring Liverpool back and compete for the top of the Premier League and the Champions League. Next, we have Schalke. Schalke is a bit of a mystery to me this season. They have had a disastrous start in the Bundesliga. So they have brought in some reinforcements in the transfer window. They've got Shkodran Mustafi and Said Kolasinac brought in from Arsenal to shore up the defense. Also, in this window, Klaus-Jan Huntelaar has joined on a free, William from Wolfsburg, and Matthew Hopp from Schalke 2, I guess. They're just bringing him up. But looking into the squad, we can see that they do have some pretty decent potential in the squad. Looking at the quality, their best players are Weston McKennie and Sebastian Rudy, who are both on loan, it looks like. Where is he? He's at Juventus. McKennie, and Rudy is at Hoffenheim. So you're missing two of your best players right off the bat, but you do have a little bit of defensive cover. Maybe you can bring in some more reserves in this one. I'm not really sure, but it's up to you, right, what you make of this save. But you kind of want to see if you can get Schalke competing in the Bundesliga. There's a lot of competition in the league, but maybe with a few key signings, you can improve the squad and get them firing up the table and back into Europe. The other thing to note with Schalke is the ownership. What kind of a club vision do you have? They want to sign players under the age of 23 for the first team, so that could be tricky. Minimum 3-year contracts for first-team players too, which is favored. That's not too bad, especially if you're getting younger players. But they want a top half finish, and they want to reach the quarterfinals of the Pokal. So a little kind of unrealistic when you think about in real life Schalke struggling so much further down the table. They're in 18th place as I make this video, which is dead last in the Bundesliga. So could be a challenge, but a fun one. All right, next up we have Arsenal. Not too many players coming in. Martin Odegaard from Real Madrid, Matty Ryan from Brighton, and Dejan Iliev in the transfer window from Shrewsbury, the goalkeeper. But they've also offloaded a few players. Mesut Ozil has gone to Turkey. Kolasinac and Mustafi both gone to Schalke, like we just discussed. But it looks like the squad is a little bit more solid for Arsenal with the additions and subtractions combined. So can you get Arsenal back into Europe? You've got Thomas Partey. You've got Martin Odegaard, Aubameyang, Denny Ceballos looks good. Kieran Tierney, a lot of good players in the squad. So if you can get this team working well, playing well together, consistent form in the league, maybe you can challenge for top 4 and get into the Champions League again with Arsenal. So that could be a really interesting save. All right, next up we have Marseille, who have been struggling a bit in Ligue 1, But they sit in 7th right now, which is not horrible, but struggling a bit compared to some of the smaller teams in France. Lens and Metz are above them right now. But in the transfer window, they brought in Franco Tangoya. They brought Milik from Napoli, which is a big signing. Lirola from Fiorentina, Paul Liora, and Olivier Ncham from Celtic. So that could be kind of interesting to try to get these guys firing in Ligue 1 compared to the likes of Paris Saint-Germain and Lyon and all the big hitters in this league. But they've got some good quality in the side. Like the top maybe 6 or 7 players here are all pretty amazing as far as their star ratings. And good strikers, Benedetto and Milik. Some good attacking midfielders in Thauvin and Payet, with the defensive midfielder Rongier with a strong rating as well. The right back Alvaro looks pretty good. But a good squad. Maybe you can bring in some more reinforcements as well to give them a little bit of a boost. But Marseille looks like an interesting challenge. Financially, they got about 21 million in the bank. So they're not doing too bad. £6 million transfer budget is not huge. And their wage budget is pretty much maxed out. So not a lot of wiggle room in the financial department. You might need to offload some of the players to bring in some other reinforcements. Looking at the club vision too, they want to play attacking football, sign players under 23, so that's something to note. Work within the wage budget, and they want to be competitive, qualify for the Champions League, French Cup semifinal. So a lot of stuff to play for as Marseille, which could be an interesting challenge for someone looking to get some excitement out of the winter transfer update. All right, next up is RB Leipzig. So we're looking at really only one significant player, Dominic Zoboz. How do you say his name? Zoboszlai? I'm not too sure. But RB Leipzig have a pretty good squad if you look at what they've got here. Danny Olmo is their best player. They've got Emil Forsberg, Kevin Campbell, Angelino, Gulassi, the goalkeeper, Upamecano, good player as well. A lot of good potential, a lot of good quality in the side. As you can see down here, Zoboszlai he's 19 years old. He's only got 3-star current ability, but his potential is really high. And he's a left-sided midfielder or an attacking midfielder through the center. So 6'2" as well. So an interesting player. If you look at his stats here, good pace, acceleration. So he could be a pretty good winger, but also free kick taking really high, corners really high, determination, some really good quality across his attributes here. So looking at the club vision for RB Leipzig, they want to play high tempo pressing football, attacking football. Do not sign anyone over 28. I'm telling you. We've also got signed players under 21 for the first team, so that is interesting. They're looking for development there. Champions League, they want to get to the first knockout round, qualify for Champions League at the end of the season, reach the semifinal of the Cup. Yeah, so a little bit of a challenging save, I would say, but RB Leipzig could be pretty fun as well if you want to play in Germany. Also, a lot more money to play with in Leipzig here. They've got a bit of wiggle room in the wage budget. Their transfer budget is 18 million, which is not too bad. 53 million in the bank, and pretty good overall. All right, next up is AC Milan. Few transfers brought in during the window. We've got Sualio Mete. I'm not sure really about him in this, but he could be an interesting player if you find him in the squad. Tomori coming in from Chelsea there for an undisclosed free fee. And Mario Mandzukic, the journeyman forward, Croatian, reinforcing their forward ranks there. They've also got Emir Murati coming in from Prosesto, younger player there as well. So let's have a look at the squad here. Obviously, Zlatan is the best player in the team at the moment. Calhanoglu, also quality. Teo Hernandez, Ismail Benasser, Donnarumma, of course, Romagnoli, Kessie, Mandzukic. Good squad overall. A lot of decent potential further down, too, with some of their players, Tonali, Rafael Leao, Saelmakers, Matteo Gabbia, and we've got Tommaso Pobega, who's on loan to start the save at Spezia. But that's a good prospects for the future for Milan. They've got, let's see, Tomori in the side here. What were we going to look at before? Mete. Here he is. So not a lot of potential really for Mete to load up this save. Maybe he's got variable for potential. Let me see here. Only a 2.5 star potential. So even though he's one of the signings they actually paid money for, doesn't look that quality in the current save here. Maybe that's variable. If you load it up for yourself, it might be different. But in my save, not really anything to write home about. But AC Milan, very interesting side, and they're trying to get back to the glory that they once had in the 90s, right? And in the 80s. Currently, their club vision is to sign players under the age of 22 for the future and under the age of 22 for the first team. Why did they sign Zlatan then? So, reach the semifinal of the Europa League, try to qualify for the Champions League. That's for the current season objectives, and reach the final of the Coppa Italia. So tricky club vision there for AC Milan, but it could be something to strive for, and that could be pretty fun for someone who's getting into the club. Financially, they're about maxed out for their wage budget, transfer budget. They have a bit of wiggle room. Might need to sell some players if you're going to sign anyone. Some decent money in the bank, but not a lot of wiggle room for AC Milan. Even still, looking at the Serie A table, there's lots to play for. A lot of good teams. There's probably about 5 or 6 teams competing for the Scudetto in the league, Juve being the leader, of course. But there's a lot of competition in Italy, and it's always fun to play and see if you can usurp Juventus as the kings of Italy. All right, last but not least is Wrexham. I'm already talking to Rob McElhenney as the director right now in my introduction here, and he's welcoming me to Wrexham. I'm very curious to see what his club vision is for the club. And will I get to speak with Ryan Reynolds? Who knows? Who knows? All right, looking at their club vision here. This could be random. I'm not sure if this is the same for everybody for Wrexham, but let's have a look here at the club vision. Play entertaining football, work within the wage budget, win promotion next season, reach the playoffs this season. So not too many big extravagant goals for Wrexham to start off with, at least. All right, looking at the finances here, we've got £1 million in the bank, £100,000 transfer budget. Wage budget is about £26,000 a week, £6,000 to play with. I'm not sure what it is compared to the rest of the league. I'm kind of curious I have to hop around a few different teams to see what that is. But I wonder if they're one of the bigger clubs in the National League now, because you start in the National League. You've got to work your way up the pyramid here. So you're in the conference, you got to get up to League 2, League 1, etc., right? Can you bring Wrexham to the Premier League with Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds? That is the question, and that could be a very interesting one to answer. All right, I hope you enjoyed the winter transfer update. Teams to play. So lots of curious transfers. There's even more around that I've probably missed from different teams. But I thought I'd highlight a few clubs that could be interesting to start saves with the winter transfer update. Remember to smash the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Football Manager content. And I will see you next time. Peace.